The first ones are wages and hours law. Because many people throughout the world work in horrible conditions for extremely little pay. In the US, there are a group of laws that protect the rights of workers and with respect to pay of hours worked. These laws set the minimum amount someone may earn per hour, and this one is currently $7.25 per hour. It should be covered between 40 hours of work in a week. After this, there is the overtime pay. This one is required after 40 hours of work in a week, and it should not be less than 1.5 times the regular rate of pay. The second group of laws or topic is the workplace health and safety. This is more like a field concerned with the safety, health, and welfare of people at work. The principal objective of this the main focus, in this occupational health is on 3 different objectives. The first one is the maintenance and promotion of workers' health and working capacity. The second one is the improvement of working environment, and the third one is the development of creation of work organizations that support health and safety at work.
Hello everyone, my name is Perla Mireles. The Department of Labor Agency has responsibility for the administration and enforcement of the laws enacted to protect the safety and health of workers in the United States. These are Occupational Safety and Health Administration, Main Safety and Health Administration, and the Fair Labor Standards Act.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Maria Heredia, and my topic is worker compensation. If you work for a private company or a state government, if you have an accident, you should contact the workers' compensation program for the state in which you live or work. Longshore and Harbor Workers' Compensation Act, administered by the Office of Workers' Compensation Programs, provides for the compensation and medical care to certain maritime employees, including longshore workers or other persons in longshore operations in any harbor, including a ship repairer, shipbuilding, and shipbreaker, and to qualified defense survivors of such employees who are disabled or die due to injuries that occur in the navigable waters of the United States. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Modesto, and I want to speak a little bit about the 3 different compensation programs act. The first one, the first compensation program, provides lump sum payments of the $150,000 and protecting medical benefits to employees. This Department of Energy is a contractor and subcontractor as a result of cancer by exposure to radiation, illness caused by exposure to beryllium or silica, and the lump sum is $50,000 as prospective and medical benefits to individuals determined by the Department of Justice to be eligible for compensation as uranium workers. The second one, the Federal Employees Compensation Act. This one, Compensation Act, provide medical benefits to the employees resulting from personal injury while performance of duty. PECA provides benefit for wage loss, compensation for total or partial disability, special awards for permanent loss of use special members of the body, related medical costs, and vocational rehabilitation. The third, this one is the Black Lung Benefits Act. This one provides monthly cash payment and medical benefits to coal miners and totally disabled from pneumoconiosis or black lung disease, arising from employment in nation coal mining, and also provide monthly benefits to deceased miner survivor if married dead due to black lung disease. Thanks for coming.
Good evening, everyone. My name is George Montenegro. I go on the talking about employee benefit and security. the employee retirement income security. ERISA regulates employees who offer pension or welfare benefit plans for their employees. Title of ERISA is administered by the Employee Benefit Security Administration, formerly the Pension and Welfare Benefit Administration, and impose of fiduciary reporting requirement and in benefit plans. This provision preempts many state laws. Plan administrator must fund insurance system to protect certain kinds of retirement benefits paid to the federal government. Thank you. Next.
Hi, good evening. My name is Victor. I come in talking about for the unions and their members. The Labor Management Reporting and Disclosure Act of 1959 deals with the relationships between unions and its member in which it protects unions' funds. The LMRDA promotes labor unions and labor management transparency through reporting and disclosure requirements for labor unions and their officials, employers, labor relations consultants, and surety companies. Employee protection, their labor, public safety, and many environmental laws that protect an employee who complains about violation of the law by their employers. Remedies for these employees can include job reinstatement and payment of back wages, in which most cases OSHA enforces. The Uniform Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act on October 13th of 1994, the USERRA was passed by the United States Congress by signing into law by United States President Bill Clinton to protect the employment of active and reserve military personnel into the United States would be called into duty. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yuridia Sumaya, and I'm talking about the Family and Medical Leave Act of 1993. The Family and Medical Leave Act is a federal law intended to allow employees to balance their work and family life by taking reasonable unpaid leave for family reasons. FMLA accommodates legitimate interests of employers and minimizes the potential for employment discrimination on the basis of gender. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Blanca Hernandez, and I'm gonna talk about migrant and seasonal workers and seasonal agriculture workers. Here we have three acts. The first is Migrant and Seasonal Agriculture Workers Work Protection Act. This act protects the migrant and the seasonal workers by establishing employment standards related to wage protection, housing, transportation, safety standards, farm labor contractor standards, and disclosure requirements. In the second slide, we can see the first. In this act, you need to register. You need to get registered by individual or in companies. Then we have three kinds of lists. The first list is the farm labor contractor listing. This listing has the name and physical address with all the contractor with certificate holders, expiration date, and the certificate number. The second list is the employee listing and have the information like start date and expiration date, name of all the certificate holders, farm labor contractor, and the certificate number. This certificate number is generated by the wage and hour division. The third list is ineligible contractor. This list is a list individual or corporation whose the authorization to operate farm labor has been revoked. The second act is a Fair Labor Standard Act. This act, how my classmate say in the beginning, the minimum wage is $7.25 per hour effective. since July 24, 2009. And the overtime discovered non-exempt employees must receive overtime pay for hours worked over 40 per work. And here there are especially regulation for child labor. This is applied to the agricultural employment, and these regulations say that children under 16 are forbidden to work during the school hours and in certain jobs deemed too dangerous, and the children employed on their family funds are exempt from this regulation. This act is administered by the Wage and Hours Division. The third act is the Immigration and Nationality Act. This act requires employers who want to use and foreign temporary workers, here there are one kind of visa, H-2A, but there are other visas. These employers need to get a labor certificate from the Employment and Training Administration. In the next slide, we can see 3 different kind of visas. For example, the visa D1, it's only for the people, for crew members to longshore. The visa E3 is for workers from Australia and specialty occupations. And the visa H1C is for people who is nurse in health professionals shortage areas.
Good evening. My name is Oscar Mendez. I read something about construction. Several agencies and ministry programs relate solely to the construction industry. OCHA has special occupational safety and health standard for construction. The wages and hours Davidson under Davis Bacon and related acts require payment of prevailing wages and benefits. The Office of Federal Contract Compliance Program enforces Executive Order 11,246, which require federal construction contractors and subcontractors, as well as federal assistant construction contractors to provide equal employment opportunity. The Antiquiba section of the Compellant Act precludes of federal contractors from inducing any employment to supply any part of the completion required.
Hi everybody, my name is Juan. I just want to talk about a little bit of transportation, maritime industry, laws that regulate transportation. The first law, Division of Longshore and Harbor Transportation Compensation. This is a federal law that provides some benefits for certain employees on docks, shipping terminals, and shipyards. In the event they become ill or injured as a result of working conditions. The mission of the DLHW is minimize the impact of land-based, maritime employment injuries and deaths. The second law, Defense-Based Act. This law talk about workers' compensation protection and civilians employees working outside of the United States on U.S. military base or under contract with the U.S. government. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everybody for listening to us, and this concludes our showcase. We have explained some of the laws of the Department of Labor, and we didn't give you all detail of each clause because there are a lot of information. And as you can see here, we have an office around Houston, which is located at 8701 South Gessner, Dr. 1164 Houston, Texas, and the zip code is 77074. We also have the website. The website to get more information and we hopefully you enjoy our showcase. And we choose this topic because we consider this as a very interesting topic, because many of us do not know some about these laws, but I think this is a very interesting. And once again, I want to thank you all for listening to us, and thanks for coming. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Do any of the students have any questions or comments?
Good job.
Good job. Well, I want to thank you guys. I don't want to repeat what I said over there because I was talking to the whole group about all of y'all kind of